What's happening, guys? Sam from Warpgate Studios. How you doing? Today I'm going to do a quick video on chipping and weathering on armour. For this demo, I've just got a kind of rescued model that I bought from a company called Mindtaker Miniatures. If you haven't seen them, check them out. They deal with second-hand and used models. You can buy and you can sell models to them. And this is literally, I got a ton of these Skaven like Ratmen warp things that I'm gonna experiment on today. Came with a reasonable paint job, so whoever did them, you know, okay, great. I'm just gonna use these for a little bit of weathering because they've got some really good panels of armor on here to do it. And today the technique I'm gonna do a little bit of a weird one. I'm going to use one of AK Interactive's Dark Rust pencils, and I'm also going to use a little bit of Vallejo Bloody Red on there as well. The combination of pencil and paint is kind of an interesting one, but it's one that you can kind of go crazy with. So I'm just going to pick one of these panels to do this demo on, just to kind of show you. So this panel looks like Mephiston red with a highlight, with a wash on it, and a little bit of dust on there, I think, from it sitting so long. I'm just going to clean that up and get that off with an old brush. Okay, great. So this is the base, Mephiston with I think it's some sort of Scarlet or Wazdaka red on there. With a wash on there as well. So pretty, standard sort of paint job. To get stuck in with these pens, and pencils, I've done a video on them, so go and check that out to kind of see how to use them. And there's two different ways. There's the wet or there's the dry. Today I've got my little pot of water here, a little moonshine, midnight moonshine, little water pot for traveling. And I'm just going to dip this pen in here and give this some little streaks to see if these come up. These might not show, and I might need to get a darker. Oh, they are showing a little bit. And I just wanted to, hopefully that's picking it up on the camera. I'm just going to kind of work on these areas that I've already got. I think I'm going to pick a darker. I don't think these are going to show too much. So thankfully I have got another colour. And that is going to be a nice dark streaking dirt. This might work a little bit better. See if this has a little bit more impact on the red. It's difficult on red, and I may need to go to kind of like a dark black on this if this doesn't particularly show too well. The only thing with using these pencils is the time it takes to actually dry is considerable, but there's a black one as well there. So there's this one called Smoke, and again I've done this in another video, but I'm just gonna see how this looks on here. Yeah, this is a bit darker. This is what I really want. Okay, so there you go. On red, the browns are okay, but I would definitely suggest the black or the darker one, because it has a bit more of an impact on there. So I'm just going to get in there with a pencil, maybe give it a couple of knocks here as well. I'm just going to do it on this side of the armour, just to kind of give it an idea of what it can do. This does take a little bit longer. It's a bit like paint to dry. I'm just going to give this a couple of moments to dry, and then we can start working with it with the red. So the red that I've chosen is Bloody Red. It's just a nice bright red colour, and should accentuate the scratches and dings on this. I'm going to grab my little palette, my little green stuff box. Because I haven't used this paint in ages, it needs a bit of a clean. That is not shaken up at all, so we need to give that a bit more of a shake. And again, being on the road at the moment, or not in my usual setup, I haven't got my paint shaker or anything like that, so I've got to go back to the manual and see what this comes out like. That's still not the right colour. This hasn't been used in quite a while. That's the only thing with Vallejo. If they end up sitting down there for a while, they can have a little bit of issues getting shaken back up again, but hopefully we can get this back after a really good shake. Alright, let's see if this is any better. If it's not, I'm going to go get another colour. It still looks really, really red. Like too red for this, but it might be alright. I'm just going to try it out. Yeah, that might work. That might work. Okay. It's just a very, very bright red, not a very gory red. It's just a bright red. All right, let's just see how this goes. So this is where I lay it on. So you've got the marks from the pencil on there, and now I'm just going to grab. And again, this is a random brush that I found, a hobby small detail brush from Army Painter. I'm just really trying to see how it goes on, and whether it's decent enough to use. Again, I'm pretty sure that I didn't like these brushes to start with, but yeah, I think this paint sat for a little bit too long. It's very, very translucent. And as you can see, just putting this on, even with it being a bit translucent, it still looks pretty cool. One of the things I've found with Vallejo, they work pretty well with dabbing on in areas because it's sometimes a little bit translucent. And again, all I'm doing around these edges is just highlighting around the chips, just to see how it looks. But the good thing about chipping is, and knowing what you've used as a base coat and everything else, you can tidy it up. And if it looks crap, then you can always go over it again. But the good thing with the pencils that I like is the texture that it gives you. It does give you a little bit of texture there to work with. So with that in mind, it's kind of nice on these fantasy models, or again, this could be used on Space Marines, you know, anything Blood Angels type stuff, just to give you a little bit of texture for like bullets and all that good stuff. So that might be coming over. You might be able to see that on there. It doesn't look too bad. It's not my favourite, and I may well like tidy this up a little bit as well. But it looks okay. It's giving it some sort of texture, and again with Ratmen, I don't expect their armour to be amazing, so I'll see how this dries out. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if you can kind of see on there, the effect and finish on there, but it's not too bad. I'm probably going to get another colour red and try it out with another colour red in there as well, just to give it a little bit more depth with another colour in there. So I'm just going to grab the reds. I'm going to try Evil Sun Scarlet, which I think is what the guy used previously on highlighting the armour plates, which was actually tied in nicely here. Let's have a quick look, see what the colour difference is between these two. Yeah, you can see that's a lot more vibrant red rather than the kind of pale pinky red there. So we're going to try that on here and see what that comes out like. Yeah, that's a lot better. It's sometimes just matching what was done previously, but yeah, this is a lot better. And I'll be able to detail this a little bit more and it'll fit in with the rest of the model a little bit more. Scratches and stuff over the but yeah, I think that's what he used beforehand. So this stands out a little bit more on the scratches and stuff. I don't know, you can kind of see that now, and it's just a case of working with this and just doing it on more of the model. So I'm gonna kind of leave the video there. It's kind of a nice little chipping video. You can kind of maybe even get a check on the texture that it's kind of given. I'll give this a coat of matte varnish afterwards as well, and it'll tie everything in nicely. But yeah, hopefully that's given you an idea on some of the methods on chipping. I'll probably come back and doing another video on the standard chipping, which is just using paint, but I thought I'd get the pencils out and show you kind of a cheap, quick way of doing some weathering with the pencils. But awesome, thanks ever so much for watching. If you like this, please like and subscribe, and I'll try and do some more videos, and I will see you soon. Cheers.